Hi, my name is Melissa van Dijk, and in this video I'm going to show you how you can use COSRX Low pH Good Morning Gel Cleanser, which can be used daily in the morning and or evening, and it is suitable for all skin types. Now there are two ways on how you can use this cleanser. The first one would be using this cleanser on its own to just remove any excess oil, dirt and sweat from the skin. Whereas the second method would be doing a double cleanse and use this cleanser as your second cleanse. And then this method can help you to break down any stubborn sunscreen and or makeup, which may also be waterproof, so that you're making sure that everything comes off and that you have a freshly washed and clean face. And so I'm going to show you both methods, and then you basically need to adjust it accordingly to your needs. And so I want to get started with the first method, which is basically using it on its own. And so it is advised that you're going to use the Low pH Good Morning Cleanser onto wet skin. So the first step that you're going to do is wetting your face, neck and hands with lukewarm water to warm water, and then use about a coin-size amount of the cleanser and apply it onto wet skin. So let's go ahead and do this. So now go ahead and use about a coin-size amount in the palm of your hand. About that much. Then rub your hands together and then gently massage it all over your face and neck, avoiding the eye area and mouth. So, and once you have massaged your cleanser for about 30 seconds to a minute all over your face and neck, then now you can go ahead and again rinse it off with lukewarm water. Now in case you should have troubles removing the cleanser properly from the skin, you can always go ahead and use a fresh and soft washcloth, which can help you to remove the cleanser a bit better. So, and now go ahead and take a fresh towel and pat the skin dry. So, and once you are done with your cleansing step, you now can go ahead and either just leave it as it is or continue with the rest of your skincare routine. But for now, let's go ahead and move on to the double cleansing method. Now the double cleansing method is usually a method that you're going to do in your evening skincare routine to remove sunscreen and or makeup. And so you're going to get started with your first cleanser, which is usually an oil or balm cleanser, which you're going to apply on dry skin. So you're going to use it on top of your sunscreen and or makeup, which you have worn throughout the day, and then gently massage it all over, and then you're going to rinse it off with water. And in this case, you're going to leave the skin wet, so there's no patting dry in that specific case, and immediately move on to your next cleanser, which is going to be your daily cleanser, in this case COSRX Low pH Good Morning Cleanser. And your second cleanser can help you to remove any residue or leftovers which you may have forgotten, to make sure that everything comes properly off. And then you're going to rinse it off with water and pat the skin dry. And then either just leave it as it is, or you can continue with the rest of your skincare routine. And so when doing this, you can do this above the sink. However, I do want to emphasize that if you have applied your sunscreen on certain areas which are difficult to reach above the sink, such as applying it on your ears or further down towards your décolletage, then doing this above the sink can be difficult to reach and may become very messy. So in this case, I recommend doing the double cleansing method in your shower, so that you're making sure that it's less of a mess, it's much more convenient, and you can properly reach those areas to make sure that everything comes off. And so the steps will remain the same. I'm going to show it to you now above the sink. However, when doing this in the shower, it won't change. You still are going to use the cleansers the same way as I'm about to share with you. And so I'm going to get started now with the first cleanser, which is using an oil or balm cleanser. Of course, this can be an oil or balm cleanser of your choice. I have two examples right here. I personally prefer to use balm cleansers, such as Paula's Choice Balm Cleanser or the one from The Ordinary. Now, of course, if you have a different one, just replace it. It won't change the sap. And so when using an oil or balm cleanser, it usually will tell you on the back of the packaging that you're going to apply it on dry skin. And so I'm going to use the Ordinary Squalane Cleanser, which is a balm cleanser. And in this case, it does say, well, apply it onto dry skin. But at first, before you're going to apply it onto dry skin, you need to warm it up between your hands so that the balm turns into an oil. And then you're going to massage it all over your face and neck to remove your sunscreen and or makeup. So the warming up between your hands is like an additional step, which if your cleanser does not mention it, then please just skip this step and immediately apply it onto your dry skin. So always read the directions on the back of the packaging to make sure that you can properly use it. And so when working with an oil or balm cleanser, make sure that you're using a fair amount so that you're able to blend it all over your face and neck so that it can properly remove it. And so about a coin size, a bit more about a coin size would be enough for your face and neck. So about that much more or less, I'm going to use it on my dry hands, and then at first I'm going to warm it up between my hands, and then I'm going to use it on top of my sunscreen and makeup that I'm currently wearing to make sure that everything is able to break down. So, and once you have massaged your oil or balm cleanser all over your face and neck, you went over the eyes, over your lips, if you have worn makeup as well, I do want to emphasize that please take your time when doing so to make sure that it is able to break down and that you can reach every area. And once you feel like, well, yes, I went over it and everything is now able to come off easily, then now you can go ahead and again rinse it off with lukewarm water to warm water. And again, my best advice would be in between to use a fresh and soft washcloth, which can help you to remove your cleanser a bit better. This is an optional step, of course, but if you have troubles, this is really easy to use and can help you to make sure that everything comes properly off the skin. So, and once you have rinsed off your balm cleanser, you're going to leave the skin wet and then immediately move on to COSRX Low pH Good Morning Cleanser, since you have to apply that one on wet skin anyway. And so again, then go ahead and use about a coin size amount of COSRX cleanser in the palm of your hand. Use it between your hands and then gently massage it all over your face and neck for about 30 seconds to a minute, avoiding the eye and mouth. So, and once you have massaged it all over your face and neck, again, go ahead and rinse it off with lukewarm water to warm water. And of course, if you should feel the need, use a fresh and soft washcloth to use in between to make sure that everything comes off. So I now go ahead and take a fresh toner and pat the skin dry. So now once you're done with washing your face, you have pat the skin dry, then now you can either go ahead and just leave it as it is, or you now can go ahead and continue with the rest of your skincare routine, which then can be, for example, moving on to your hydrating and soothing toner and or exfoliant, and then you move on to any serums or other treatments that you may want to use, and then follow with a moisturizer in your evening skincare routine if you feel the need of using one. And don't forget sunscreen or moisturizer with SPF during daytime to protect the skin. Of course, this is just an example of the different steps that you can include in a skincare routine. This would be the right order of application, but of course all those steps are optional, which you need to adjust accordingly to your skin type and needs. But there you have an idea of how you now can go ahead and continue with it. And so this is now what I wanted to share with you. I do hope that you enjoyed this video. I do want to emphasize that if you want to see more about COSRX products or overall general like skincare products, you want to see the entire application of it, I'm going to link the videos at the end of this video so that you then can continue with the rest of your skincare routine. I do hope that you enjoyed it. If you did so, don't forget to give the thumbs up as well as share it. And thank you so much for watching, and I will see you soon in the next one. Happy skincaring. Bye.